Chapter 10, Now Heard. Abooksigun laid down for the night, and the darkness covered him. He sees himself in front of a table and hears a voice, said. On the table were peaks of a doll scattered everywhere. The voice said, "What's missing?" Abooksigun assembled the doll-like puzzle, a brain stalking into the that seemed to last for hours. Talking to himself, looking for missing pieces scattered over the table. Respiratory system, digestive, nervous. When he came to the circulatory system, Abooksigun got confused because all the parts were used. The voice came to him. "What's missing?" Abooksigun said to himself, "Where is the heart?" He thought, "It's the heart. The heart is missing." Abooksigun walks and stares at the ceiling. Then looks at Abooksigun. "What's wrong?" Abooksigun stared into space. "You have a help doll, but I'm missing my heart, my people. My heart is with my people. Let's go to the docks and say my kin." Don shook his head. "Now." Abooksigun and Don headed to the basement and looked at the infrastructure maps. He saw the tunnels and circuits laid out by Bavan leading to the docks. "Let's go." Don sighed. "Right, Bandio." Bobo tried to follow, but Abooksigun sighed. "This time, boy, you can't go. People will be afraid of you where we are going." Don looked at Abooksigun. "Are you serious?" "They have been afraid of him everywhere he has gone." Abooksigun smiled. "Well, this is an undercover mission." They followed the map just south of the train station, opposite the ghetto, where dim lights were spread over 50 feet in an old subway station. The inside, this all system needs repairs and a complete inspection. Abooksigun agreed and called the 3030, and they worked in the system all night. Before daybreak, they headed northeast with all his men in Dominoville, New York, labeled the quarters on the map. They hit the subway system near the Peconic River unmoored. Abooksigun put on a burlap sack, and then put on clothing from above and his clothes. Abooksigun stood at the map for a while. The rest of you stay here and stay out of sight while me and Don look round. Don, you will be your slave, and you will be my master." Don laughed. Catis, picked said cotton." Abooksigun smiled. "You're good jokes, yeah?" Don got serious as they walked to Dominoville. "Now, just kidding, but you understand we have been to it all this time, and Sabbath has worked miracles for us. People are sick, and the demons rent them like puppets. The Jews were chosen, but Messiah came to save all. My father on the side, which answer from the tribe of Judah. Because there were 12 children of Israel, and the Sahad had many as well, and their descendants count for summoning. Don paused for a second. Most people want to be number one in everything. They can't stand to be second or third. Understand why they hate your people. I just disagree. Many people think when someone is stated melanin people, they believe that it is delivered to some kind of racial superiority, but when non-melanin people win, it's not. Only thing you know is that's about trust, and that's all that matters to them. For centuries they have corrupt things meant for good and made them evil, like the swastika. Initially, it meant well-being, prosperity, or good fortune. Hindu philosophy, for instance, represents various things that come in first. In Japanese Buddhism, also known as Manji, the emblem signifies the Buddha's footsteps. In India, it's a symbol of the sun god. To the Jains, their spiritual teachers. It is displayed at weddings and other festive occasions to consecrate a new home, but at all things, whether you agree with them or not, it never represented hatred. Don was interrupted by Abooksigun. "I agree wholeheartedly, but it's time to get into chapter." The small was worse than that of the ghetto, and the sight tugged at Abooksigun shared him like never before. The people were all malnourished and frail, and they stared at him but did not say a word. "They fear your presence," Abooksigun whispered to Don. Don smiled at the people. "Hello." The people fell to the ground with their heads bowed. Don grabbed one of them and helped him up past them and trembled in fear. Don sighed. "No, don't do that." The man spoke, and Don looked at Abooksigun because the language was foreign to him. Abooksigun interpreted. He sighed. "Please, master, don't take me life. You have your wife and kids." Don was upset, looking at the fear in the man's eyes, and could not say a word, so Abooksigun asked the man. What is your name, and why do you fear this man? The man looked at Dung, asking for permission to speak. Abooksigun repeated what the man said, Dung shaking his head with tears in his eyes, and the man said, My name is Requiem, we. He passed and then asked, Where is Master Crane? Abooksigun smiled, he's my brother and doesn't like what he says. Having a puzzled look on his face, Requiem sighed, Brother. Abooksigun shook his head, This is my brother, and we are looking for it to a people of Ireland. Requiem looked around and shouted, Sharonit. Sharonit had a disgusted look on his face as if saying, Why are you calling me? You had nothing to do with whatever is happening here. But when he saw Dung look his way, Sharonit walked toward him and bowed. Abooksigun told Sharon to eat up his Requiem asked him, There's two our brothers, and they are looking for it would be from Ireland. Sharonit scratched his head, Brothers? Abooksigun said, Yes, we are called masters where we are from. Competence, Akites, and Wakatolins, living as on people. Can you tell me where the people of Ireland are? He pointed northeast, riverhead, 7 hours away. Sharon's heart was feared in Requiem, and Abooksigun asked, How long have you been here? Sharon hesitated, 6 years. Abooksigun asked, Why are you not in Cicado instead of her? Sharon paused again, They say I'm a fool, and the only thing I'm good for is sex. Confused, Abooksigun asks, If they think you're a fool, why won't they have you making babies? Sharon, with a sad face, sighed, No, empty sex toy. Abooksigun couldn't foul. He translated to Dung, and Sharon asked, How is it you speak Ireland? Requiem is near in, and you speak to us with such a perfect and practiced dialect. Abooksigun smiled, We'll explain it all later. Please continue. Sharon continued, They heard disparate iniquities and made rich bane their oldest dreams is in all vestinable steps by collecting what they call indentured servants. They led to many of us and asked them to pay the price of an year of servitude for freedom here in this country. It was very lucrative, and the cost increased every year as these immigrants wished to get out of the country they were from with no chance of freedom. The first so-called servants were just a few hundred white from Brazil, Haiti, Colombia, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Argentina, and Grenada. Hell, the entire world, promising to send for their relatives afterward to do the same. They agreed to work in hobbies of land and rights. Little did we know it was just empty promises and straight up lies. Many of our people did long before their indentured service ended, and those who made it were denied their freedom. Like those who voted did so only because their future in our homeland would only be more poverty, disease, and oppression by Ethiopians and Thebanians. As these ships were docking, we discovered it was just another battle for survival. The land between Manoville to overhead is called the quarters, and the iniquities who worked as sectants are called runners. A large group of greedy and heartless runners swarmed aboard the ship. Before it could even dock, grabbing us and forcing us to the settlements, charging in other use for their services. Some of them had those at length ports they arrived in, begging in every street corner where most of your people live. Our people suffer from all kinds of sickness and have to deal with premature deaths regularly, especially your people. 75% of infants die during birth. As Sharon spoke, a man came out of the house across the street, zipping up his pants, speaking French. He shouted Dung and Abooksigun, remaining in character, fell to the ground, and the rest of the people nearby. You must be new here because there cannot be any other reason you are speaking to me, Kay. Yet you saw the farewell you still can. Dung looked up and walked over to the man, punching him so hard it knocked him out, and looked at Abooksigun. What was he saying? Abooksigun lighted, Does it really matter? Dung opened the door where the Frenchman exited and saw men, women, and children lying naked, and some were even to the whalemen wrapped them. Dung walked into the house, calling every iniquitous and said, and freed the people. Abooksigun entered the building, and he thought the kettle was bad. Abooksigun immediately called his men, guided them to their location, and ordered his 2 healers, Mevin and Amharic, to hail the people. Black and Hound, you copy. Black and Hound responded, Go ahead. Abooksigun thought before saying, Make your way around the kettle and head toward our location. Bring out the ski crafts and warriors to our location and be prepared for war. Black and Hound got excited at the sound of fighting and quickly sighed, "Asra." The French man woke up moments later, teed up, and sobbed, "What the fuck do you think you are?" Abooksigun slapped the man, "Who do you think you are?" The French looked at Abooksigun with outrage, "Cat, you dare slap me? Yeah, I'm going to kill you." Abooksigun sat down in front of the man. He always wondered why people say shit like that when you're in the worst predicament. Taking off his knife, he cut off the man's finger. Question, what will you say next? I'm curious. The man said nothing but looked at Abooksigun with anger in his eyes. Abooksigun slapped the man again as Chernet and became looked on in disbelief. At the same time, he was waiting in Black and Hound Tower. During the Abooksigun chant him and any people and questioned the populist amendments to love to release him, but they seemed more afraid of Abooksigun than him. During asked, "Who is this man, and what is it to you all?" Chernet upset, "It has almost been a year, and no one has left the quarters, and now we are being abused worse than before." Another lady approached, "My name is Kidist. Fisher is Evis, veteran of Manoville. He owns a ruin in Manoville and is the most feared man in the quarters and might be the richest bedouin heard overhead." Abooksigun asked, "If given the opportunity, what will you do with him?" And the people shout, "Kill him." Then shout, "Then what are you waiting for?" The people raised Evis with axes, sables, and picks and tore him to pieces. Abooksigun looked at Chernet. "Why haven't you attacked your oppressor?" Chernet sighed, "Has already did." During became angry but said calmly, "Kill him or remain a slave for the rest of your life." Chernet approached Evis slowly and stabbed him in the chest and then his groin. He started crying and began to hack his body into pieces with anything he could find before falling to the ground and letting out a loud yell as he thought about the abuse Evis inflicted upon him. Abooksigun sobbed. Before the populist Black and Hound could be seen heading their way, after today, the quarters will no longer exist. May men are on their way. Those of you who will help me eliminate the rest of this iniquitous may fate with me, but the rest go with this mental sustained loving in peace. Black and Hound and all the warriors arrived, killing and rescuing the people of Manoville and Calverton. Finally arriving at Riverhead, Abooksigun did not want to see his kinsmen in their state but sent them in the rest of them and with his people. A few women from Manoville and Calverton remained behind and prepared meals for them and as they went off to battle at Enriquez. Abooksigun sat on the ground and ate when he saw them returning. During the approach to Abooksigun, the people refused to leave even after we told them that they were afraid. They say they are waiting for Sabbath to deliver him, and my words do not affect him. Afraid, Abooksigun stood up, have him forcibly take them all to one location, and they'll be there in a few minutes. The sun rose, and Abooksigun walked in front of the people. My people fear for their lives and wait on Sabbath to rescue them when their salvation was sent to them years ago. Saying you will wait on Sabbath, how is it you don't know it was Sabbath that rescued you years ago? You won't tell you a story. A brave young lady was proud of her family and always wanted the best for her kinsmen not too long ago. A king wanted to with her, but she refused because he was an evil king, and she rejected the king's advances. He slowly changed and tried again, but the lady tried to see if the king had changed his ways. This lady eventually married. The king yet hated either as time passed. The king wanted his son to take over his kingdom when he did, but they never had another child, and he never had any more children. The president, angry over his situation, he returned to his whoremongering ways and forgot about his queen. The people, the combatants, and the Thebans rejected the queen because she was wailing, and he was naked as what combatants privileges. On the Thebans discovered what the king had done, they cut him and his people from the events and technology they feared. The people became furious at the king and raved in the city. Before the lady married the king, she was about to marry another man, and only the people and Thebans saw the king's wife, that man, and even her greedy and betrayed the lady. The people turned against her, and they all created lies above her, and she was executed. The queen's child was sent to Arizona, but the king and the people were told that the child had been assassinated. Raised in Arizona her entire life, she became a great warrior. Meanwhile, Sabbath raised a young man from Louisiana who was given gifts and powers no man on earth has ever possessed and told him to make his way to Arizona. As a lone warrior, he quickly trained others, and Sabbath granted him and all that followed him and believed in several special gifts just like him. Before he made it to Arizona, he had a powerful army that destroyed Thebanians and everything they touched. That queen was my grandmother, Queen Ine of Ireland, the people being the amongst themselves as Abooksigun continued. Her child is my mother, also named Ine, and that warrior is my father, Waninikevu. We are Capians, Ankitas, and Wakatlands that love amongst each other in peace and harmony their Kalagmastigas in Arizona. You have sent her to about the same for you. Chose your oldest and was to see a silver coin proving that my grandmother is Queen Ine of Ireland. And my men, the 30 will prove that Sabbath has juvenus. Create power so we can go home. I'm not waiting for people who are ungrateful and stubborn. 5 elders walked up, the coin is at and on if the elders followed. The people were in all the 30 demonstrated their powers, then Abooksigun quickly said, on our way to Sust, use the bodies of your oppressors and see how Sabbath has treated your oppressors. Now, get your stubborn, hollers into us as none of those ski crafts, or stay you as circus were out here. As they transported the people to Sust, many warriors scavenged the dead in Peter. Towns. Abooksigun and don't worry till last to return home, hesitant and sleepy, Abooksigun took a shower and watched the blood flowing down the drain, and he looked up toward heaven. Lord, he found what he was looking for, to miss in peace. He found me here. Thank you. After 2 weeks separating the believers from the non-believers, his son weapons and doors, they began the religion for enlightenment, and Abooksigun taught the martial arts. Silence is important, which is we martial artists, priests, puppets, and most was men and women in ancient times practiced meditation. Everything has a voice, even silence. To hear, you have to listen beneath the sound. You got to listen to the trees hiss. You got to listen to the wind. So, we must fast and meditate the Sabbath daily. This is a mixture of African, Asian, and Native American martial art handed down from generation to generation in my family called Poing or Hands. Later it was renamed Poing the Hands of God. Using styles like Kumjuka, Pachito, Tomat Fighting, Velmachi, and Chokuru, incorporating the wet African art of fighting, worked either as and forth. We called the 7 grandfathers, Nibwakawan, Zaiduan, Minandamoan, Akduan, Guayquazuan, Debendizuan, and Debuan, which are wisdom, love, respect, bravery, humility, and truth. Wisdom, to church knowledge, is talk no wisdom. Wisdom is given by the Creator for the people's God. Love is the ability to know peak is love, and this love must be unconditional. Respect is to honor all creation. Therefore, to respect it all creation, big or small, must be treated with respect. You must give respect if you wish to be respected. Bravery is to face the full with integrity. Honesty in facing a situation is to be brave. Always be honest in words and actions. Being honest with yourself makes it easy to be honest with others. Humility is knowing yourself as a sacred part of creation. And last, truth is to know these things. Speak the truth, so you do not deceive yourself or others. Some of these techniques are literally out of this world sent by Sabbath, and until you learn in their style, it is called pointed hands of God. We use weapons such as Islino, Assagai, and shurikens or stars. We will teach you to this we can to learn and educate you, but first, we need you to learn what we are born with, our hands and feet. This moves and techniques can be shown in what we call a kata or dance. The kata combines all our movements. As you learn, your kata becomes more intense. You will learn to create your own moves and styles until you become a master by using stances and preparatory positions, kicking, striking, and blocking techniques. Abooksigun stood at attention and bowed as he continued what done by his city and Baba lying beneath him. Oni bowed to show respect to his opponent. Your stances were tachiwaza, which are many. Abooksigun stood with his arms tucked to his seat and quickly performed a stand. This is Sisukudahi, a full attention. Stands. Vittoriate for the Vivenglo. He shouted, Messumidache. This is an informal attention stance, and he moved quickly yet gratefully changed his position. This is a parallel attention stance, called Hikodachi and he shouted, changing his position once again. Hasajidache. Yan upward fit stance. Abooksigun sought the people at the don't walk gratefully throughout movements. And then, the people treat them themselves, and that we young men, along with the dirty 30, helped them find their center of gravity and correct them as they learned. Hours later, Abooksigun said, "Now, you're blocking technical work as it can be used with arms or legs. Using the arms." He quickly raised his left arm, bent at a 45-degree angle, a jiggle raising block, twisting his arm down, a peak, elbow block. He continued to move around, calling. Odd positions. Jidin barre, sweeping low block. Sweating profusely, he had just caught his second wind. Blocking with your legs, Asakibikekako hugging ankle block, Mekasakigrik, crescent kick block, Nemasi, leg snapping left block. Everyone gathered around in a circle. You will belong to you if he said how as ill-treated and came to be no faith in style, but my family is rich in history. You start learning martial arts at 5 years old. You saw my family doing it and wanted to learn it myself. You recall a book, Black Jews in Africa and Amharic, in. Where many British historians and Bible scholars consider the zealous customs were of Jewish origin and that the zealous themselves are Jews. They believe their traditions in circumcision, Levert Marie, touching the deed, rules regarding chastity, the rejection of swine's flesh, polygamy, Marie customs, and the festival of the first fruits. The zealous religious and social customs, war offerings, sin offerings, property offerings, and prayers of unliness village in Israelite past. They even observe it in Umons as the old Hebrews. Some discredit their religious beliefs were also considered preterist in Judaism. Since this plant has existed, we have had some people who live where they were born and died. Some people have traveled away from their homeland or country for better living conditions like many of you have, grant, some of you were wrecked, but there's a reason you are here today. We all know that Jacob's 12 sons became the leaders of the 12 tribes of Israel, and we know that the sorting of 4 leader forked Israelites to live Canaan. Many of them, we don't know how, Mavito Egypt. The parents left him. How many escaped before, during this enslavement? We know Nebuchadnezzar carried the inhabitants of Jerusalem and other Judah. Cities captive to Babylon. How many escaped before and during this time? One thing is for certain, not all returned to their homeland. Let's just say that an estimated 25% of the population had been deported to Babylon, with the remaining 75% staying in Judah. How many escaped before or during this transition? Basically, what I'm saying you see, the lineage and traditions of many of the children of Israel are all around the world and here on this continent as well. Abooksigun called all of them together in a circle and stood in the midst of them. How many of you know that the dark-skinned native or Indian Americans you called Indians for centuries were classified as Wakatalians? Many were given an ultimatum to stay in the reservation or be classified as Wakatalians. Many of them had various dialects of Hebrew, and they were undoubtedly descendants of the lost tribes of Israel. Relatives and more were used to keep us ignorant of the truth of our identity. Many of the towns and cities in the Americas were villages of the original Indigenous people. Slows is to be called Kaki and was one of the largest cities north of Mexico. These same Wakatalians afford created sports such as basketball, soccer, and lacrosse. Frustrated with the European invasion, many moved back to some of their ancestral lands in Mexico, Central and Southern America. Please do your research on the many things that Europeans did to our people and because of our people. Local terms like warriors and waiter, some will use the term figs and waiter interchangeably. Beforehand, remember this, stay humble. The Torah tells us for those who take the years of spiritual and active if they use about some readers, if they were to keep silent, the stones will cry out and worship him. Anyways, we call it the circle the Yasayael and the plural form is Imkubi. However, in Native America, it represents or symbolizes the 4 directions. Think of it as a compass that symbolizes what is needed during a conflict or what we use eventually in an attack. He pointed towards the east. The east represents balance, confidence, and creativity. In battle, the east influences state identification or location of an adversary. Therefore, you are setting up and developing a solid attack position. We employ this technique with energy, movement, and commitment. Then he pointed toward the south. The south represents strength, focus, and success. So, in battle, the south influences an opponent's brave, aggressive challenge. Therefore, this technique effectively controls the adversary. Then he pointed toward the north. The north represents courage, energy, and knowledge. In battle, the north influenced the control of an opponent with surprise or overwhelming force before finally being taken down. He finished up by pointing toward the west. The west represents challenge, choice, and proof. In battle, the west influences the takedown and finishes an opponent before moving on to the next adversary. We excelled all techniques in an environment of the highest respect and restraint. Remember this. Abooksigun found, yes, as the grab yield back, balance, confidence, and creativity. The yes influence the identification or location of an adversary by setting up and developing a solid attack position. Employed with energy, movement, and commitment. Abooksigun found, south. The grab called back represents strength, focus, and success. The south influences an opponent's brave, aggressive challenge. This technique effectively controls the adversary. Abooksigun found, north. The grab called out represents courage, energy, and knowledge. The north influences the control of an opponent with surprise or overwhelming force before finally being taken down. Abooksigun found, west. As the grab found, the west represents a challenge, choice, and proof. The west influences the takedown and finishes your opponent before moving on to the next adversary. Abooksigun found, and the grab repeated after him, with schedule techniques in an environment of the highest respect and restraint. He repeated this over and over until everyone had it memorized. Abooksigun continues, inside this circle, it is not a time for fun and games when we are in an combat. It is to discuss serious matters, and it is when you come together to discuss your weakness before Jinn, only if you want to. Your fasting is not to men, nor for men. It's for yourself to surrender to Sabbath. If you discuss the matter, it is for your helper to see if someone else has the same problems, so you can work on it together to defeat it. What we say here is to stay here, never to be discussed with anyone. Not to with a sister or a brother. We need to know two more zeal words for now. MP, the plural form is MP. Now, MP means battle formation. It is essential to stop avoiding and prepare for battle when you hear this word. He sound, you are. Looking at everyone's face, the last zeal word you need to know for now is you are. It means war or fate. How turned into days until weeks and after 6 months. The people call gratefully perform kidas that lasted 20 minutes to unharmed war prophesied in the art of war, pointed you.